We know that my son is not forgotten.
Remembering an Irving police officer, we are at the event drawing tributes on a track.
We have close to 100 officers out here throughout the day and night.
It's a big responsibility keeping the crowd safe at the HP Byron Nelson Championship. See what police are doing at this high-profile event.
They see us out here doing something we love, and it kind of motivates them to do what they want to do.
Watching lots of thrills and hopefully preventing spills. See the fun and safety messages at Irving's Bike Fest. Plus the grand opening of a community garden, the high number of new homes being built, and why this man is running across America. This is City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. The city's first community garden celebrates its grand opening. That story is coming up, but we begin with a wrap-up of election night. And it's clear from the results that every vote counted. In City Council Place 1, Lauren Byers and John Danish head to a runoff. Danish narrowly missed getting 50% of the vote that candidates need to avoid a runoff. In City Council Place 2, Alan E. Meager and Kinsley Stewart will head to a runoff. During our live election night coverage, we talked to both of them about one of the new issues coming before council, the renewed possibility of an entertainment venue.
As long as the financing is appropriate, that business is going to take care of most of the financing and is going to bear the brunt of the risk, then I see going forward as a positive thing. As long as the city is not involved in the operations, because it's not within the proper role of government to be operating an entertainment venue.
We need it. When I was on the council before, that's one of the main topics. We need the entertainment venue. It's going to just jumpstart all the construction down in the urban center. It's going to help the city of Irving out. It's going to keep the tax dollars in the city. We need it. We need to build it. Now it just depends on the numbers.
The runoff election is June 15th. Early voting is June 3rd through the 11th at City Hall and the Valley Ranch Library. The city secretary's office can answer any election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. Spanish speakers can call 214-422-3751. The HP Byron Nelson Championship just wrapped up another big year at the Four Seasons Resort in Irving. We stopped by to check out what's happening, beginning with what Irving police are doing. These fans are like most of the people who come to the HP Byron Nelson Championship at the Four Seasons Resort. They want to watch golf.
It's everything you aspire to be on the golf course. Just funny how when you go play, it usually doesn't end up that way.
But they are also happy to know there is more going on off the course. Action to keep the event safe.
Given the Boston bombings, that is still fresh in our minds, and it just, reminds us of what possibly could happen. So, events like that, kind of bring to the forefront security, and we do pay a little more attention.
That's a good idea. Anytime something like that happens, definitely keep an eye out.
Our number one job is to create a safe environment for everyone.
The Irving Police Department assigns about 100 officers to this event. We saw them in action, helping with crowd control, clearing the way for help during a medical emergency.
We have a large number of officers on bikes who are roving throughout the course. We have officers positioned in fixed positions throughout the course, as well as outside the course on MacArthur, on Byron Nelson Way.
The department has a mobile command center set up on site to coordinate the response. But even with the big presence here,
we still have a full staff to answer calls for service. So that's first, and then this is second.
With Irving Police and private security, fans can focus on the golf if they want to.
I think there's a lot of people that don't know golf goes on out here, but it is more than golf. It's entertainment.
She left me the whiskey, takes me to the rodeo ground.
Ticket holders can enjoy music after play ends for the day.
All the cowboys think I'm handy.
Concerts are just one of many activities the championship offers off the course.
The tournament's great because it appeals to all demographics. The younger crowd can come out and walk around, visit with each other, watch a little bit of golf, and of course the entertainment at night. I think there's a good mix of ages that come out for the music at night.
And while the biggest draw will always be the golf, people are finding out there is a lot more to this high-profile event.
We always enjoy having new visitors to Irving so we can show off the destination a little bit. It's just overall a fun event for everyone.
That tournament makes a huge economic impact. The Four Seasons hires about 200 extra workers for the event. Here's another big economic success. The city of Irving is seeing a surge in permits for new homes. We saw these patio homes at the Villas of Asina in Las Colinas, which just opened a second phase. And here are the numbers. 2 years ago, the city issued 361 permits, but then in the last 12 months, that has jumped to 515. Those homes are valued at more than $170 million. The city's Bike Lane Task Force is hoping more people will discover the benefits of biking. Members shared a message of fun and safety at this year's Bike Fest. Ashley Roberts has the story.
Get set. Go.
They're off to the races at Irving's Bike Fest. And the boy in the Mohawk helmet wins.
Good job. Give me your hand. We got a winner. Yay!
The Kids Bicycle Safety Rodeo. It's a chance for the kids to practice some bicycle skills.
How does that feel?
Good.
Okay.
Here at Lively Point Youth Center, families are learning about bicycle safety, including how to properly wear a helmet.
The important part is that they have a helmet whenever they're on wheels.
Contributions from the Texas Medical Association, Francesca Funk, the chair of Irving's Bike Lane Task Force, and longtime Irving pediatrician Dr. Thomas Murphy are giving children without helmets the chance to receive one for free.
This is my big office, Irving, so I'm glad to help all my little darlings now in this way.
Kids are not only learning how to correctly wear a helmet, but also how it keeps riders of all ages safer.
The human brain is as fragile as an egg, and this is what happens if you crash and you do not have on your helmet.
This raw egg demonstration shows how a rider wearing a helmet is protected and what could happen to the brain if a rider does not.
We want to encourage all the children to wear helmets as well as the adults, also that you can have fun on your bike while wearing your helmet. You're still cool with the helmet on.
Irving's annual Bike Fest is a mix of safety tips, bike riding fun, and new this year,
we're gonna see the show.
Professional bike riding entertainment.
They're making things look very easy today, but I assure you they've been riding for years and years with lots of practice.
Yeah, we're doing BMX shows for Bike Fest and Irving skate parks.
Big-time action sports sent some of its BMX pros, like Steve Gore and Matthew Olson, to show off their skills and spread safety awareness.
It's positive. They see us out here doing something we love, and it kind of motivates them to do what they want to do.
Fest goers also enjoy exploring the vendors, especially this one, using pedal power to make a fruit smoothie.
That was great. Did we have to work out?
Yes.
The wind is blowing through your hair.
This free celebration gives bicycle enthusiasts the chance to share their passion with others.
Because they love cycling and they want to support it and have the new generation grow up loving it and knowing how to cycle safely.
It is also an outlet to spread the word on alternate, healthier ways to get to school.
We've started a program in Irving called Safe Routes to School, which encourages kids to walk and bike to school, so this naturally fits right along with that program.
Bike Fest is just one event that underscores a renewed push for bicycling in Irving.
Bicycling-friendly businesses are not just in that weird area on the West Coast.
During an event at the Chamber of Commerce presented by Bike Texas, author and policy expert John Pucher cited many studies showing the benefits of biking and walking.
There have been dozens of studies by public health experts showing that the health benefits of walking and cycling exceed whatever the traffic dangers are by more than 10 to 1.
He encourages cities to develop more bike lanes and other amenities for bicyclists so more people can experience those benefits. He says the physical activity can help people of all ages and even make students more successful. He backs up all of his claims with research.
The study studied 20,000 children, and it turns out that walking or cycling to school was more important to their mental alertness than having breakfast and lunch. That is incredible. It should be a real reason for parents to try to improve the conditions for walking and cycling to school.
It's excellent cardiovascular.
Back at Irving's Bike Fest, Don Hexamer with Dallas-Fort Worth Unicycle Club is convinced of the benefits.
When I first started, I weighed almost 230 pounds and got up and started riding, and it just made me feel better and got healthier, and it just became an addiction.
An addiction that's helped him shed more than 50 pounds. And there are many more bike riders that agree it is a wonderful hobby.
Good for your mind, because when you ride, you clear your mental cobwebs. It's good for your body, makes you lean and strong.
Biking, walking, anything that gets your heart rate up is good for the heart, good for the brain, good for the body.
And as children and their parents wrap up a day of enjoying festivities, many leave with excitement for riding.
Yeah, today my mom's gonna buy me a bicycle, and I'm gonna do some weird stunts.
And newly instilled valuable information.
I learned that safety's first. Even though that looks really fun, safety's always first.
What have you learned?
To keep your helmet on and be safe.
Smart kids, eager to live a more active life. Ashley Roberts for City Source.
Irving is now under Stage 2 watering restrictions. The tighter rules come because the city's source lake, Lake Chapman, is 8 feet low. That means residents and businesses may only water up to 2 times per week on designated days. People with even-numbered addresses may only water Tuesdays and Saturdays. For people with odd-numbered addresses, it's Wednesdays and Sundays. But whatever your address, no watering can take place between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. when evaporation rates are highest. Violators face fines up to $2,000. Environmental sustainability is a priority at Irving's first community garden. Valerie Mason has the grand opening.
On the grounds of Bear Creek Community Church in Irving, a community garden flourishes.
Well, a community garden is a place where all elements of a community can come together and share a common garden experience.
According to Gerald Taylor, garden director with the church, this vision was long in the making.
When we looked at this area that we had back here on church property, which was basically 2 vacant lots, we had the vision that what we wanted to do is we wanted gardens. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we didn't just restrict it to our own congregation.
Pastor Dennis Webb agrees.
This is a garden that is available to anybody throughout the city of Irving and beyond who would like to come and be part of a union or a community of people who all have one purpose, and that is to build a garden that's going to service the community.
Church members and residents work side by side planting fruits and vegetables using templates like this. This experience provides fellowship and community outreach.
I got involved with this project in order to help provide food for the community and for the food pantries in the area.
There's no fee for participants, as the church initially funded the project and has received donated plants and supplies.
We didn't really wait for garden grants or proposals or anything like that. We saw the need, and we also saw the need to go ahead and fulfill that.
Each of these 5 feet by 10 feet beds can feed a family of 4.
Basically what's being grown here in these plots are lettuce, beans, snap peas, onions, collard greens, radishes, strawberries, tomatoes, squash.
Participants are guided along by trained professionals.
Here today we have an aeroponic system of vertical growing.
The Texas Master Gardeners from Texas A&M has gotten involved with us, and so we've just got a myriad of entities and organizations that have come on board.
We give them the information, the tools, the assistance to help them, get maximum harvest out of what they're doing in their garden.
There's also a garden to help attract pollinators, such as the monarch butterfly.
Here we're planting milkweed, passion vine, all kinds of different plants that basically attract the pollinators, the bees and the butterflies. And we're going to become an official monarch way station in the Irving area.
Local elementary school children are digging in the ground as well.
We're developing programs for our children. We're harvesting worms. We have a 32-gallon worm bin over there that's buried in the ground. That worms are actually traveling through the garden right now, going there, so they can, they're very beneficial in our garden beds.
The recent grand opening was an opportunity for the community to see what it's all about.
I'm very excited about all the support that the garden is getting. Without that support, we would have never gotten where we are today.
Outdoor learning labs gave guests some hands-on experience, and the new garden shed, donated by Lowe's and Heartland Products, was on display.
There's Lowe's all around the country, and being part of the community, we want to show that we are with the community. We're not just a building stand there by itself. We're here to help serve in whatever way we can to bond in that relationship. And that's a very important process for Lowe's.
Even the City of Irving lent a helping hand to the project.
They have not donated any monetary donations to us, but a lot of technical support from their green committee.
The American Community Gardening Association says these gardens benefit the community in many ways. They encourage social interaction, healthy eating habits, and self-reliance. Plus, they also help to reduce food costs for the church and participating families.
Not only is this a place that we're going to be able to produce fruit for people, we're going to supplement also our church's food pantry with the produce that comes out of this garden.
For Bear Creek Community Church, this garden is just the beginning.
The City of Irving is also kind of using our garden as a model, and the desire is to not only have this community garden here at this location, but have a chain of community gardens throughout the City of Irving to benefit all of the citizens.
An idea that may grow just as fast as the plants in this garden. Valerie Mason for City Source.
Still to come here on City Source, the event paying tribute to an Irving police officer. But first, Web Watch, our most popular and most talked about videos online. By far, our most popular story right now is our coverage of They Will Skate Again at the Lively Point Skate Park. Kids with disabilities found out that they could still enjoy the park.
Well, I think it's great that, Irving, to have something like this that's available free to the public to start off with. And then for them to work with us, not only in this program, but our other programs that we have as well. It makes the whole community inclusive.
Also popular, our story on the first ever GE Irving Marathon. On YouTube, Jose Chavez wrote, "Great recap, thank you." You're welcome, Jose. It was fun to cover. And I have to share this comment posted on our story on cats from the Animal Care Campus that are up for adoption at PetSmart. On YouTube, Jamari Velasco wrote, "I just adopted a cat from that store 2 months ago. And one more thing, I freaking love cats because they are just irresistible and so cute." Raging. Wow, Jamari, thanks for the enthusiasm. And I think you even had more exclamation points than we have room to show or adequately convey through reading. So thanks for further emphasizing your enthusiasm by clarifying that you're raging. If you missed any of those stories, links to our ICTN On Demand site and our live streaming 24/7 coverage are available at ictn.tv. Also catch us at youtube.com/The City of Irving. We have more than 800 videos for you to watch, and we always like it when you leave us a comment, especially if they are offbeat and raging. And we're moving on now to a serious story. National Peace Officers Memorial Week just wrapped up, and an Irving officer who died in the line of duty was honored at a special event. Brooke Pratt shows how his family is keeping his memory alive.
You got it? Yay! Kids line up to ride the ponies during a carnival at Mustang Recreation Center. It's a fun event that draws a crowd also interested in the cause behind the carnival, a tragedy that drove a loving family to act.
Obviously, right after the accident, we're sitting around thinking, how can we keep his name going? How can we make it to where, he's talked about?
Irving police officer Andrew Esparza passed away on April 13th, 2007 after a car accident while en route to assist a fellow officer. The Esparza family decided to create a race and a carnival in his name.
Get set, go!
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling because we know, that my son is not forgotten.
For the family, it doesn't let his name ever come out of our thoughts. This always getting his name out every year with the public and everything.
I always get just this feeling of pride, an overwhelming feeling of support to know that 6 years later we can still draw this crowd.
The 5K Memorial Run and Carnival are annual events, and all of the proceeds go towards scholarships for the children of Irving police officers, as well as seniors in Burleson, Texas, where Andrew went to high school.
He just believed in education and giving everybody a fair shake, and so we're trying to raise a little money just to help kids to continue their education. We'll be able to give 4 $1,000 scholarships this year.
Andrew's family members and friends say the scholarships are fitting because Andrew loved interacting with kids.
He loved helping others, and he loved being an officer, being a cop. There's several calls that we'd go on, and it had to do with kids or certain situations like that, and he always seemed to make everything for them feel better, and I always remember that, how much he affected the younger people that we come in contact with, and even if it's not the best of circumstances or situations, he always seemed to make them smile and laugh, which was pretty cool to see.
He was all about kids and the importance of furthering their education and just love the outdoors, so it just felt right to start the foundation and then to incorporate the 5K.
What else would Andrew's friends and family want the community to know about him?
His generosity, his smile. He loved his job, he loved his community, and he did anything to help anybody. He was a very wonderful young man.
How he was always willing to help people, and how he just always wanted to have a good time. And it didn't matter, he was a jokester. He liked to laugh, and just like I said, just always liked to have a good time.
The family says the support from the police department can always be felt. In fact, the Esparzas still have an Officer Esparza in the Irving Police Department.
Actually, our oldest son, he's a Fort Worth firefighter, and my middle son is an Irving police officer, and my son-in-law is an Irving police officer also. So I'm a proud mama.
It's definitely a brotherhood, and it's very obvious by just the turnout today. They just got our back, and we know that. No matter what we're doing or where we're going, we know that they're there to support us.
I like that channel. I didn't know it was that fast.
Along with local police officers, members of the Esparza family say they hope to draw more and more residents to the event each year. Brooke Pratt for CitySource.
Irving police officers got to meet a man on a remarkable mission. He's running cross-country 3,600 miles.
I'm running across America, raising money for 3 nonprofit organizations that provide immediate support to our veterans.
Earlier this week, Sergeant O'Toole asked if he could come up and meet some of the officers here in Irving, because he knows that so many of the police officers and go in are our military veterans. So he wanted to come today and say thank you for their military service, as well as their continued service to the communities here, because doing the things that we do here allows him to do the mission that he's on right now.
U.S. Marine veteran Brendan O'Toole started running in Riverside, California last Veterans Day, and his goal is to reach Portland, Maine by this coming Veterans Day in November. Irving was a bit of a detour for him, but he showed officers here how he runs in hopes of inspiring local officers, many of whom are veterans themselves.
I think it's important what they're doing at the local level. We think it's important what they did at the national level, and we want to highlight the positivity that they're doing to let guys know that there's services out there that they can join as far as making a career, and that there's services here now to get them there with any PTSD or anxiety or problems that they're dealing with.
Follow his mission or show your support at runforveterans.org. And it's time now for our Pets of the Week, so let's head out to the Animal Care Campus.
Thank you for joining us for this week's Pet of the Week.
Today we have Walter up first. This is a black and tan 3-month-old dachshund mix. Despite his looks, he is still a puppy. He is a very calm puppy though. This guy, I've noticed, likes to look at himself in the mirror. He also likes to be held and just kind of relax with you. He's gonna make a great pet for any home. Next up we have Tui, who is a 1.5-year-old Chihuahua mix. He is full of fun and ready to go anytime. This little guy is an active guy. He's a little tan and has a little black on him. He is going to have a lot of fun with whoever wants to add him to their family. He is ready to go and looking for his new home. All right, our kitty of the week, this is Aubrey. She is a 3-month-old Siamese mixed kitty. She has beautiful markings all over her and ice blue eyes to win over your heart. She is looking for a forever home and she will make any home a great home. She is lots of fun and ready to play. Thank you for joining us for this week's Pet of the Week. If you didn't see what you were looking for today, please feel free to come by the shelter. We get new animals in all the time, new shapes, colors, sizes, and different breeds. We look forward to seeing you come by and play with our animals.
All right, thanks, Ashley. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. U.S. Rugby Championships are taking place in Irving, and we've got coverage on the next City Source. Also, Comic-Con returns to the Irving Convention Center. See all of the crowd of costume characters and all of the fun next time on City Source. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show or comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more from the HP Byron Nelson Championship at the Four Seasons. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.